this defines for what purpose we are creating this program, and it is optional. You can skip this. And this is standard input output file. We are using here printf, scanf functions, and these functions are inbuilt. We are going to see these functions again here. This is main user defined function, curly bracket, and now since we are creating program to add two numbers, there are two input and one output, that is total of these two numbers. Okay, so we are supposed to create three variables here, two for input, one for output. What is variable? Variable is a location that you are reserving to store any value in your program. So this A and B will store input and some variable will store output, that is total of these two numbers. And this is one more keyword, that is int. Int stands for integer. So before creating a variable, we have to define which type of value we are supposed to store in this variable. So we have taken int, integer data type. So integer data type supports whole numbers. And there are different other data types that we are going to learn in next programs. Now, since this A and B are for input, so we are going to get input of A and B from user. So for that, this is the first statement, printf enter value of A. So in output, user is going to get this. Okay, this this will create output like this, enter value of A, and then the program will wait for user to type something. For example, if user is typing 25 here, okay, then now program will move ahead and program is going to read this value and store it in variable A. So for that, scanf. So in last program, we have seen that printf gives output, okay, on screen, and scanf reads input, okay, it takes input. So scanf function has two parameters, 1 and 2, separated by comma. So first parameter is format specification. So format specification depends on data type. Okay. So for integer data type, this 25 has to be stored in variable A, and A is of integer data type. So format specification we are writing according to this selected data type. So here %d. So format specification of integer is %d. And the second argument here is where to save this. Okay. So for that we are using pointer and name of variable. Ampersand is called pointer, and this is variable where we are going to store this 25 that user has given value. Same way, printf scanf statement for B. Here user is supposed to get second statement, and this 75 is stored in B. Now we are creating a function to add these two numbers. Okay, now remember that once whatever name you are giving to a variable while initializing, this is initializing A, B, and sum, where you have created this variable for the first time. Whenever you are using this variable name, at that time it must match the name while initialization. For example, A we have used here, so A is in small, so we have to write like that only. Here also B, so write like that only. Some all small letters, then write in small only. Okay. Otherwise, if you write like this, it will show error since it will not find this variable. in initialization part. Now after this function a plus b, now some value is stored in some variable. Okay, now it is inside computer's memory. So to display this value, we are writing again printf statement. So here user is going to get like this. And after this code, comma, value that you want to show, that is stored in which variable, that name you are supposed to write here. So value that we want to show here, sum of a and b is, it is stored in variable sum. So write name of that variable here after comma, then semicolon, and then last return 0, and then curly bracket over. Now remember one more thing. C language is case sensitive. So all keywords are what? There are 32 keywords. So keywords are reserved words that has specific meaning when it comes in program. For example, include, mean, integer, printf, scanf, okay, like this, return, okay, these are keywords. So this keywords has specific meaning in a program, so you cannot use it for any other purpose. For example, if this return is keyword, I cannot create a variable with the same name like this, okay. But if I create a variable like this, then it is valid, since this this is different than this return, because C is case sensitive language. So I can create variable with this type of modification. Another thing is it is free format language. So whatever I have written in few lines like this, around 10 lines, I can create the whole program in one single line, okay. And it will not affect on output. The same output we will get even if we write the whole program in one single line. So now the next process, that is saving this file save addition dot c, addition.c save. And when you run using gcc command and output command, it will give you result like this: sum of a and b is 100.